Hello and welcome back to Asia Now. My name is Alex, and in this video I'll tell you about an Israeli tourist says her money built your country.
But my money, okay, built your country.
The real story behind the Ukrainian woman who trashed an Airbnb and fled. The driver of the Naia incident tests negative for alcohol and illegal substances. Russian tourists are hospitalized for eating exotic fruits. An American man arrested in Thailand for having ADHD medication. Plus much more. Let's jump straight into our main story. But take a second, just hit that thumbs up button, that like button. I want to see if it makes a difference in how many views we get if we have a lot of people giving me that thumbs up. An Israeli tourist's refusal to adhere to a shoes-off rule in Koh Phangan, Thailand cafe has stirred a social media storm, highlighting growing tensions surrounding tourist behavior in Thailand, specifically those from Israel. The incident, captured on 15-second video shared by Koh Phangan Conscious Community Facebook page, shows a tourist engaging in a verbal altercation with cafe staff after being asked to remove her footwear before entering. The video, now widely circulated online, begins with the woman asserting that Israel tourists play a crucial role in bolstering Thailand's economy. Instead of following the simple request, she suggested that their contribution to tourism should exempt her from such local customs. This disregard for cultural norm of removing shoes, a common practice meant to maintain cleanliness and show respect, sparked immediate backlash. Viewers, both Thai and international, quickly condemned the behavior as entitled and disrespectful. The incident fueled existing frustration, as Israeli tourists have recently been the center of several similar controversies throughout Thailand, which the locals calling for more respect from their international guests. After the footage went viral, the tourist released statements attempting to explain her actions. In a defensive narrative, she argued that her comments were misinterpreted. Her statement read, quote, "I was trying to emphasize how much Israelis contribute to Thai economy, not to belittle the culture," end quote. She added that she had received verbal and physical aggression from others at the cafe and stressed that her footwear was kept on only because of her foot pain. Come on, bro. Come on, man. We know that ain't true. Despite her explanation, the apology has largely fallen on deaf ears. Exactly. Critics argue that her attempt to shift blame and context only exacerbates negative perception of Israeli tourists who have been criticized for frequent disruptive behavior in the region. Not only in Thailand, and Bali has huge problems with them. Even in the Philippines, there was a video going around about these Israeli people doing a lot of stuff towards the locals. And I was in India and Goa, and they had problems with them as well. And I love the comments of several different videos at the bottom. People had a lot of things to say. It looks like the majority of people are siding with the cafe. Come on, man, take your shoes off. You're in a country that requires you to behave a certain way. You're a guest, you're a tourist. You can't be behaving this way. It only basically, it's a negative image on not just you, your religion, and your culture, and your country. Especially with what's going on in Israel right now. You think you'd be a bit more appreciative of somebody welcoming you and allowing you to stay and enjoy the beautiful country like that. So shame on this woman, and shame on whoever else that think this kind of behavior is right. Now, of course, we don't know what happened before that, led up to it. We don't have the whole clip, of course, but her reaction is uncalled for, regardless of what happens. If you don't want to take your shoes off, buddy, hop on over to the next cafe. Go to McDonald's, Starbucks, or whatever else you want to support, but not this local cafe. Surely I can't be the only person seeing this kind of behavior from tourists. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. I'm not just her, but any situation, circumstance, or any kind of interaction you've had with people that have this sense of entitlement. They feel like their way is the only way, and they don't really care for local customs, traditions, or just simple respect. And then an update on the woman that vandalized that condo I covered a few days ago. That vandalized condo was rented for 1 year to a Russian tenant through an agency. His Ukrainian girlfriend refused to vacate on April 15th. When the contract expired, she left the key in a trash bin. The owner estimated the damages to be around 350,000 baht. That's just over $10,000 USD. The agent denied accusations of cheating the Ukrainian woman who damaged her unit. The deposit to be returned following the initial rental contract within 14 days following the end of the contract and after joint inventory of the premises. The real estate agent asked for the Russian man's bank account details to refund the deposit. However, the Ukrainian woman provided her account instead. The agent refused the transfer. The Ukrainian woman refused to conduct an inspection of the premises before the deposit was refunded. The water and electricity bill still were unpaid. Today, investigations have determined the Ukrainian woman remains in Thailand. Officers of the police station confirmed they're seeking to question her. Police will issue a second summons shortly after she has failed to respond to the first one. If she fails again to appear, police will request a court approval arrest warrant. And there we have it, the full story. I even said that I thought that the agent did not give her deposit back. But to be fair, I did say let's hold off what we feel until the whole story comes out. I'm thinking this lady did not return the deposit. Or if I had to pick, I'm definitely gonna pick the tenant's side. However, I do want to be clear, we don't know all the details. Yeah, you can't be asking for a deposit if you're not the person that is on the contract or the lease, right? We don't know if your boyfriend's okay with it. We don't know if you threw him over a balcony, because we all know that happens quite often in Thailand. Next up, let's go to the Philippines quickly. The 47-year-old driver involved in that deadly crash at Naia Terminal 1 on Sunday tested negative for alcohol and other substances, according to the Philippine National Police. And then a 27-year-old American tourist has been arrested in Phuket, Thailand for carrying 5 methylphenidate pills, commonly used to treat ADHD. Apparently I got that too, but I don't believe it. The man stopped by police for riding a motorcycle without a license plate. This is a controlled Category 2 psychotropic substance in Thailand, requiring authorization from the Ministry of Public Health. Despite the common medication used abroad, Thai law strictly regulates such substances. The tourist faces charges for unauthorized possession and is waiting legal proceedings. A good reminder for all of us that just because some drugs and medication is legal in your country does not make it legal abroad. A lot of times it's important to carry a prescription with you. Once again, I'm not really sure if ADHD medication is prescribed. I assume so in the US, so who knows? Make sure you contact the proper authorities to get an accurate answer what you can and cannot bring over to another country. I think it's kind of funny though. Not really funny, but you can buy all kinds of pills on the street. If you've been to Thailand, especially like some of those bars and right outside. Let's go back to the Philippines quickly. Philippines officials have welcomed the presence of foreign delegates who will observe the upcoming midterm elections, saying they will help boost polls' credibility and deter election fraud. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I wonder if Canada invites foreign nationals to come and observe our elections. Let's go back to Thailand quickly. 7 Russian tourists, 5 women and 2 men fell ill after eating wild fruit known as Pulsam Krol, genus Diosporus, at a park in Thailand. Symptoms include chest tightness, vomiting, drowsiness, and lethargy. 5 were taken to the hospital while 2 initially declined treatment. Later, 3 women with worsening symptoms were admitted for care. The fruits, which can be toxic if not properly prepared, caused the tourists illness. I wonder if they watched that show White Lotus, and initially I thought it was that mango thing that looks very similar to a mango but it's poisonous, but it looks like from what I looked up, it's a random fruit. You know, you would think one of the 7 people might be like, hey, look at here, bud, let's not eat that random fruit, perhaps we might get ill, but hey, what do I know? I'm just a foreigner. And lastly, Filipinos would have to pay as much as 70 pesos more to watch film series and shows on streaming giants Netflix following the application of the 12% value-added tax, VAT. 70 pesos may not seem like a lot to you and I, just over $1, but some people, students, you know, younger people, people without jobs, might see that as a big blow to their Netflix accounts and subscriptions. Let me know if you guys subscribe to Netflix. What do you like and dislike about it? Personally, I enjoy Netflix, but a couple years ago I started realizing there was a little bit too much of shoving some things down my throat that I do not care to see. It just started to make no sense to me, but I won't get into any of that. Now it's time for a segment, Yesterday Today, where I read some of the most popular comments regarding a previous video. Blue Reader says, I'm tired of hearing stories about old guys who have nothing but bad things to say about Western women, run to Southeast Asia and get fleeced. They've been told over and over again that relationships are transactional and that foreigners cannot own land. I can pity him, but he is still 90% to blame. And the robbery is why my Filipina friends tell me that Philippines is too dangerous for solo female expat life. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Red Bart says, hi Alex, our electricity here in Cordova, just outside Cebu City, ranges from 7,000 pesos to 14,000 a month for a 4-bedroom house owned, so no inclusive rate, with 2 ACs. During summer, it's higher because it's rainy season. We do not use the AC unit in the main part of the house. In summer, we use it due to increased heat. The 14,000 is worst case scenario. Initially, I thought that was a bit pricey, but then I realized, wait a minute, I stay at like studios, right? My man here lives in a 4-bedroom house, so that's not that bad, I suppose, especially if you own your own house and all that. So I understand, and you run it constantly. I know electricity prices can be a bit high and differs, of course, where you live. Chris Reed says, rainy season has come early in Pangasinan this year. Happy farmers here, mainly rice. Whoa, how did I miss this one? Steve says, at this point, I don't believe that I could retire in the Philippines with the insane amount of crime towards foreigners in the country, and the inflation is also insane. So Cambodia, here I come. Of course, you have the right to do whatever you like, but I'd like to take a second to say the channel like this one, Asia Now, of course, mostly bad things make the news, and that's just the way things are. There are a lot of people, like I'm sure some other people also mentioned in the comment section, that are living happily, that are just without any issue, that have been here for decades, have never actually like encounter any negativity when it comes to safety and all that. So it might be a bit skewed if all you're watching is like basically this show, negative news. Not a lot of good stories make the news, unfortunately. I have no agenda. Once again, I want to be very clear. I don't care about which country, where, what, this and that. I have no... The only thing I care about is the algorithm, essentially. So if I use expats or foreigners, American, travel, all that stuff, it's because that's what YouTube knows that people want to watch. So YouTube is basically a business as well. They want as much views as possible on these videos. So just keep that in mind if you still are interested in the Philippines. There are a lot of positive stories that I personally don't share. Firstly, because I don't know about them. Nobody shares them. If somebody's happy living somewhere, they really won't go online and just share their happiness. Usually it's within their own community, their own family. So keep that in mind just to have like a balanced idea. There's a ton of channels out there mainly focused on the positive side of things, which I would like to as well. So send me your positive stories if you like me to share any of those at talknow.canada@gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to share them. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye. Piss me off, man.